Today we are doing a law of attraction case study on Virat Kohli. Yes, a lot of you have been asking this law of attraction case study on Virat Kohli because we've already made videos on Diljit Dosanjh, we've made a video on Hrithik Roshan, we made a video on Shah Rukh Khan. Now let's learn from the greatest sportsman of our time, Virat Kohli. Ready? Those of you who don't know me, my name is Mitesh Khatri. I and my wife Indu Khatri, we are law of attraction coaches and national best-selling authors of this book, The Law of Attraction. Let's begin with understanding why Virat Kohli is so successful in our life. It's very simple. Everything in our life is based on law of attraction. How? As per physics, everything in the universe is made of energy. And energy has frequency. Now, what do I mean by energy has frequency? Example. Right now, when I'm happy, that is energy, but it also has a specific frequency. If I'm sad, that is also an emotion, that is also energy. That is why we call it emotional energy, but that also has frequency. So if I'm happy, what kind of people do I attract? Happy people. If I'm sad, what kind of people do I attract? People who make me more sad. Now, a lot of people work hard in their life, but they're not able to succeed. Some people work hard and succeed. Why? Because their frequency is correct. Virat Kohli, I strongly believe, is one of those people whose FTBA is perfect. What is FTBA? It's the formula of law of attraction. The formula is FTBA as if I already have it, which means what? Feel, F means feel, think, believe, and act as if I already have it. Now, Virat Kohli is a master at using law of attraction and mastering his frequency, which gives him the success that he wants today. Otherwise, think about it. There are so many players probably who are as good as Virat Kohli, but maybe they are lacking that frequency because of which he is excelling at the level which he does. Let's understand what exactly am I talking about. Instead of going subjectively, let's take it very objectively. Let's take examples from Virat Kohli's life and understand his frequency. First, let's understand his feelings. Let's understand his emotional frequency. I want to tell you a story, a time in Virat Kohli's life many years ago when he played his first debut, when he played his first match in Ranji Trophy. And at that time, just one day before that, his father had expired. And even though his father expired that day, the next day when he played in Ranji Trophy, he played so well that he scored 90 runs that day. Now, question is, why was he able to score 90 runs that day, even though his father expired the earlier day? In fact, why did he even have the courage to go and play? A lot of people would have broken down during this moment, would have sabotaged this opportunity of going for the best match of his life in that time, because if his father had expired it, he had such a good reason, or such a bad reason, if I may say, to accept right now, no, it is not the right time for me to move ahead in my life. Right now, I need to focus on my family. But instead of doing that, he worked on the match. He honored the opportunity that he had in his hands and he scored well. But why was he able to do it? His emotional frequency is, write this down. His first emotional frequency is whenever there is crisis, he doesn't focus on what he cannot do, he focuses on what he can do. Think about it. In that moment, Virat could have easily focused on what he cannot do. His father had gone, he could have stayed at home and he could have done whatever is necessary to just be there. But he didn't just do only that. He worked on his family, he worked on the rituals, but along with that, he made sure that he was focusing on what he could control in his life. He honored the opportunity that he had in his hands. This is the emotional pattern of focusing on what we can do rather than what we cannot do. Ask yourself, when something goes wrong in your life, do you focus on what you cannot control or do you focus on what you can control? What gives him the ability to move forward is his emotional pattern, his feeling of wanting to focus on what he can do rather than what he cannot do. Let's take an example. Let's say right now the electricity goes away while I'm making this recording. Now, can I really do something about the electricity gone? No. But can I do something about a different way of recording this by maybe having a battery connected to my phone, or maybe having a battery connected to my new camera, or having a generator backup next time so that this doesn't happen to me again? You see, I'm focusing on what I want rather than rather than being worried about what I don't have in my life or what's gone wrong in my life. A lot of people have this emotional frequency of constantly being focusing on what they don't have. And as a result of that, they constantly live in the past rather than moving towards the future. Ask yourself, what emotional pattern do you have? Do you have the emotional pattern of moving forward and focusing on what you have when something is going wrong? Or when something is going wrong, we focus on, I can't do this, I can't do that, ye mere saath kyun hua, wo mere saath kyun hua, and then we live in the past. What pattern do you live in? Ask yourself. What emotional focus do you live in? And even if by chance you caught yourself by being honest with yourself that yes, I focus on what I cannot control. If you caught that, congratulations, because at least you caught that pattern. Now, good news is, just like Virat Kohli, you can also focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. Make sense? Isn't this an amazing emotional pattern about Virat Kohli? Would you appreciate that about him? Yes? Awesome. Let's move towards the second emotional pattern of Virat Kohli, which very few people would have observed. Here is his emotional second frequency. Write this down. Balanced yin-yang frequency. Yes, he's a very balanced man. Now, what I mean by yin and yang is, yin is feminine frequency, yang is masculine frequency. In him, both are beautifully balanced. He can be aggressive when he wants to, but he can be assertive when he wants to. He can be a family man when he wants to. He can be a career-oriented man when he wants to. Very few people in the world have the ability to balance both. But that's why he attracted a woman who's also balanced. Anushka Sharma, his wife, is also a yin-yang balanced energy person. She focused on her career when she needed to. She was a yang energy. But she also now focuses on her family life, on her children when she wants to. That's the nurturing yin feminine energy inside her coming out. But why did he attract a balanced person in his life? Because he is a balanced person. A lot of us, we attract negative people in our life because we are negative. We attract imbalanced people in our life because we are imbalanced. Example, if a person is very, very submissive as a boy, what kind of girl will he attract? Very aggressive. If a person is very aggressive in his life, what kind of girl will he attract? Submissive. Why? Because yin attracts yang and yang attracts yin. But if you are a balanced person, then balanced people attract balanced people. Make sense? Never thought about Virat Kohli this way, right? Tell me in the comment section if you never thought about Virat Kohli this way, that he's a man with yin and yang energy balanced. Think about it. Any scenes that you've seen about him on TV, while he's playing national television or cricket, or while he's doing an advertisement on TV, doesn't really matter. Or whether you see him going to pray at a particular spiritual guru's place, whenever he is in every area of life, when he needs to be yin, he's yin. When he needs to be yang, he's yang. When he needs to be soft, he's soft. When he needs to be harsh, he's harsh. Make sense? Ask yourself, are you a balanced personality? Or are you more yin? For an example, if you are a very strong yin personality as a boy, मान लो आप लड़के हो और आपके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा लड़की वाली personality है, yin frequency. What happens because of that yin frequency is we lack qualities of yang frequency which requires to succeed in our professional life. I've made a complete video on this called the yin yang energy frequency. You'll find the video somewhere up here or in the link in the description below. It's a very powerful video which explains the power of balancing yin yang energy and why we don't manifest our goals in our life when our frequency is not balanced. Ask yourself, do you have this imbalance in your life? If you're a girl listening to me right now, or if you're a lady listening to me right now, ask yourself, are you a lady with a very strong yang energy because of which you're successful in your professional life, but when it comes to your personal life, do you feel lonely? Do you feel you're not attracting the right guys in your life? That happens because our frequency is imbalanced. But when we are balanced, we attract a balanced partner. And together, these two people create children who are balanced children and a balanced world. Make sense? Awesome. So if you learned a lot about this, write this in your notepads now. What action will you take from here? Will you also make sure that you will balance yourself? Let me give you 2 affirmations to start with. The first affirmation about his first emotional pattern. You remember his first emotional pattern? That he's able to focus on what he can do rather than what he cannot do, right? You also say this affirmation from today. Write this down. I focus on what I can do, not what I cannot do. Once again, I focus on what I can do, not what I cannot do. Once again, I focus on what I can do, not what I cannot do. Second emotional pattern of Virat Kohli, being balanced. Write this affirmation down. Whether you're a lady listening to me, whether you're a gentleman listening to me, doesn't really matter. We all have both frequencies within us, yin and the yang, and we need to activate both frequencies. So write this affirmation down. I'm a balanced human being with yin and yang frequency both. I'm a balanced human being with yin and yang frequency both. Once again, I'm a balanced human being with yin and yang frequency both. Okay, now let's move towards his third emotional frequency. His third emotional frequency is visible to everybody, but that comes because of his second frequency, which is balance. What's his third frequency? His third emotional frequency is aggressiveness. He's aggressive when he needs to be. On the field, you must have seen when he walks with a certain amount of aggression in his body, he knows what he's going to do. And in spite of that, he has a different emotional frequency, which is the fourth one, which I want to talk about, is very, very powerful. That is humility. Now, what do I mean by humility? While he is aggressive in playing, he also has this humility that says, I will do my best, बाकी ऊपर वाले के हाथ में. In one of his videos, he even said it. आप अपने काम पे फोकस करो. कभी कभी कुछ मिलता है, कभी कुछ नहीं मिलता है, वो तो ऊपर वाले के ऊपर है, पर आप काम करते रहो. This is not the exact words he used, but this is what I understood he said. Look at what he said in his video.
मैं तो अपनी लाइफ बहुत ऑनेस्टी से जीता हूँ, तो मुझे ये चीज़ें दिखती हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं मैं बोलूँगा कि मुझे फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है, लेकिन आपको सच्चाई दिखती है. बस मैं उतना ही बोल सकता हूँ कि आप जब इतने समय तक खेलते हो, आप ऑनेस्टी से खेलते हो, देने वाला ऊपर वाला ही है.
Isn't that amazing? So third emotional frequency is what? Aggressiveness. And immediately complementing fourth emotional frequency is what? Humility. Knowing that I can work hard, but all my results are not always based on my hard work. It has a lot to do also with the energy around me, the universe around me. Call it God, call it Bhagwan, call it Allah, call it universe, call it whatever you want to. But when you realize and you are humble knowing that I am not the only one doing everything, that emotional frequency keeps you grounded. Now, what happens if I'm not grounded? Think about this. If my third emotional frequency is aggressiveness, and if I don't have that fourth emotional frequency that Virat has, which is humbleness and humility, it will be replaced automatically with arrogance. Aggressiveness minus humility can equals to arrogance. What is arrogance? Arrogance is सब कुछ मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, जो मेरी लाइफ में हो रहा है सब मेरी वजह से हो रहा है, मैंने इतने सारे रिजल्ट्स क्रिएट किए, मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ. Now the ego goes up. And when the ego goes up over a period of time, the universe stops supporting you. But why does the universe stop supporting you? The more we say I, we are disconnected with the universe. And remember I said at the energy level, we are all one. Now, if the energy level we are all one, the more I say I'm disconnecting with all the energies around me that can support me. And that is the arrogance because of which universe stops supporting us. Not because the universe is not supporting us, because we are disconnected from the universe. See, it's not like the universe is, what can I say? The universe is not punishing you for being arrogant. It's not like that. The universe, as per me, understands only love frequency. The universe is not so harsh. When I am arrogant, I am disconnected with the universal energy. So I am not able to receive the support that I need to. Make sense? So write this down. The third emotional frequency of being aggressive when you need to, but also the fourth emotional frequency of having humbleness, having that humility, that yes, सब कुछ मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ, कुछ मेरे आसपास है जो मुझसे ये करवा रहा है, कुछ मुझे मेरा साथ भी दे रहा है. All my results are not only based on my hard work. It's also based on some luck that I have, some universal blessing that I have. So here's a beautiful affirmation that I would like to give you for the third emotional pattern. I'm aggressive, I'm hardworking. A lot of people don't have this affirmation. People feel, yaar, I'm not so aggressive, मुझसे इतनी मेहनत नहीं होती, I'm a very laid back personality, and they want to make millions like Virat Kohli. कैसे होगा? If you really want to have those centuries, if you really want to have those millions, you can. You want to have all that name, fame, success, money, everything is possible. But you have to have the same emotional frequency that Virat Kohli has. Make sense? So once again, what is the affirmation? I'm aggressive, I'm very hardworking. But alone, this affirmation, remember, can make you arrogant. So what do? Complement it with the fourth emotional frequency affirmation. I'm humble because I understand the universe is supporting me with my hard work. I'm humble because I understand the universe is supporting me with my hard work. Once again, I'm humble because I understand universe is supporting me with my hard work. The more I understand that the universe is supporting me with my hard work, automatically I'm humble. Automatically I am having that humility and I'm grounded instead of feeling sab meri wajah se ho raha hai. Make sense? Did you learn a lot from Virat Kohli's emotional frequency so far? I told you about 4 frequencies. If you want to learn more such amazing things about law of attraction, and you want to be part of our complete advanced law of attraction course, where we go into details of your emotional frequency. Yes, just the way right now we are creating a decode of Virat Kohli's emotional frequency. Would you like to decode your emotional frequency? We do that in our Advanced Law of Attraction course. I'm giving you the first lesson of Advanced Law of Attraction course completely free as my gift. So you can really start having a flavor of what it means to learn Advanced Law of Attraction. There is a big difference between basic Law of Attraction and Advanced Law of Attraction. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe me blindly. There's a link below in the description. Quickly click on it and register, and there you will get access to Advanced Law of Attraction. Now let's continue today's case study of Law of Attraction on Virat Kohli by understanding his second part of the frequency. What is that? Beliefs. Thoughts and beliefs are very similar. So I'm going to focus on beliefs as a frequency right now. When you come to the Advanced Law of Attraction, we'll explain to you more about what really is the difference between thought and belief. But let's look at Virat Kohli's belief frequency. His first belief frequency is he believes in a balanced life of 4 areas of life. HRCM. Health, relationships, career, and money. Now, why do I say that? Look at his results. I've observed this common belief amongst all the extraordinary successful people in the world. My mentor and I call them as platinum standards people. Platinum standards people are those people who not only have success at a very high level, but they also have success in all 4 areas of life. This is what we call as holistic success. Holistic means success in all areas of life. Health, relationships, career, and money. Now, why do I know Virat Kohli has this belief that he needs to be balanced in all 4 areas of life? Look at his results. His health is amazing. In fact, he's today, I believe, a role model for a lot of people about what health can be. Correct? Relationships. Obviously, we know he has a great relationship with his wife, with his children. He's also known to be a good person who has a great relationship with his team players. You'll observe very few, at least I have not seen any videos of Virat Kohli where he has had bad relationships with people or talking to people in a bad way. But why not? One, because he believes in relationships. Second is because you remember I told you his emotional frequency is also humbleness. He's not arrogant to believe that everything he's doing is because of him. It's part of the universe. And that is why he's humble. And when he's humble, that also helps him in his relationship frequency. Correct? So he very strongly believes in 4 areas of working: health, relationships, career, and money. And not just working. I have this clarity that I've watched from some of his videos. He not only believes in balanced, he believes in high standards of life. What do I mean by high standards? See, a lot of people in sports are healthy, but Virat Kohli has very high standards for health and fitness. He created benchmarks for what it means to be healthy and fit in the sports industry in India. Like, he's probably one of the first, not only one, but one of the first people to go vegan or vegetarian as a sports person, and in spite of that, proving that he can have great fitness. He picks up weights. Most importantly, he remains fit on the ground, off the ground. He believes in high standards in fitness. And just like that, he also believes in high standards in relationship frequency, career, and money frequency. So if you see financially, he's well invested. He has a restaurant business of his own. He's an entrepreneur. He's not just looking at cricket as one source of income. He's got advertisements, he's got brand deals, he's got businesses, he's investing money, I'm sure, into stocks. We don't know about it, but I'm sure he does. Everybody does. The point is, he believes in balance. Ask yourself, are you being balanced right now? A lot of people, while you're watching this video, I can guarantee you this. One of the problems you might be facing in your life, I may be wrong, is imbalance, which means you're so obsessed with one area of life. Example, I know this one person who came to join my Advanced Law of Attraction, and he said, Mitesh, I'm only joining Advanced Law of Attraction because I've broken up with my girlfriend and I want her back. If you think about it right now, in his life, he's so obsessed in only his relationship area that all other areas have started being sacrificed by whom? Not by the universe, by him. And because he's not maintaining frequency in other areas of life, those areas are also going down. Remember what I told you about Virat Kohli in the beginning of today's lesson? His first emotional frequency, he focuses on what he can do rather than what he cannot do. When did he apply that? Remember, his father expired, and on the next day, he was playing on the field. Why? Because he strongly believes he needs to move forward. He strongly believes in balance. One area goes down, he doesn't go down with that area. He focuses on another area of life. Let's take another example. In Virat Kohli's life, I remember there was a time when he was not scoring well. And in anybody's life that happens, right? Things go up and things go down. Even in film stars' lives, movies are doing great. Sometimes movies are flopping. Now, Just like that with Virat Kohli also, there was a time in his life when people were criticizing him, especially when I think Anushka Sharma had just entered his life and they had just started a relationship. And everybody was criticizing that you're not doing well because you're focusing on your girlfriend, you're focusing on brand deals. But that's what happens, right? When we are succeeding, everybody keeps us here. But when we are failing, everybody puts us down and starts criticizing us. Now, at that time, I don't remember seeing any videos of Virat Kohli coming out and lashing out on publicity, on people, on PR and saying, why are you talking like this about me? He was not bothered about that. Why? Just like many years ago, when something was wrong at home with his father, he focused on his career. Now, when something was focused on or something was wrong in his career, again there was a crisis in his life. What did he do? He focused on what he can do, and he focused on his family. He focused on his practice. He focused on his business. He started growing in other areas of life instead of trying to focus on things that he cannot control, which is people criticizing him. Make sense? Ask yourself, are you a balanced human being in all four areas of life? Health, relationships, career, and money, from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you sleep at night. Even if one area is not doing well, are you prioritizing the other areas? Do you wake up and exercise? Do you give time to your family even though your career is not doing well? Or just because right now job is not there, mood खराब चल रहा है, relationships भी खराब चल रहे हैं, exercise करनी बंद कर दी है. You know people like that, right? Whenever we are imbalanced, because of that defocus on one area of life, all the other areas are also going down. So don't do that. Learn from Virat Kohli. Let's balance and let's believe in not only balance, let's believe in high standards of all four areas of life: health, relationships, career, and money. Write this affirmation down. I believe in balancing all four areas of life, and I believe in having high standards in life. Once again, I believe in balancing all four areas of life. I believe in balancing and having high standards in all four areas of life. Write this affirmation down, repeat it again and again until it becomes so much part of your subconscious that you start feeling like Virat Kohli, you start believing like Virat Kohli, and then you may not become the national player of India. I mean, if you want to, you can, but maybe that's not your goal. But you can attract that kind of success that Virat Kohli has if you have the kind of similar frequency. That is the intention why I'm making this law of attraction case study for you. Love it? Super. Give it a quick thumbs up to this video right now if you're liking what you're hearing so far. And let's move towards the second belief of Virat Kohli. The second belief of Virat Kohli is he believes in visualization. He believes in manifestation. I'm not saying this. Watch, he's saying it in one of the videos that whenever he does something, he practices visualization.
Regularly there are visuals running in my head, me dominating that bowler. When I train, I have music on, I'm putting myself in a situation where that guy is bringing the heat onto me and I'm countering that, and that becomes such a reality in your head, and invariably when I went into that situation, I ended up dominating that guy in their own home conditions.
Isn't this amazing? Great players like Virat Kohli are understanding that there is a power around us which is bigger than us. They understand that there is energy which is beyond our body, which is beyond our soul. And that energy can support us if we practice the right manifestation techniques. Visualization is one of those techniques. Now, example, I don't know exactly what Virat's rituals are, but it cannot be rocket science. Think about it. Imagine that he's on the field right now and he's playing. I'm sure before he plays, he closes his eyes and he visualizes the shot that he wants in 2 seconds. It just takes 2 seconds. Like, visualizes the right shot. Now he's ready to play. I'm sure before he goes into the match, he's visualizing, like he says in this video, I've already got 8 centuries in one-day international matches. I've already got 8 centuries in one-day international matches. He's visualizing that he's already got those 8 centuries. And the more he has that visualization, the universe around him supports him to match that frequency and give him that particular goal. How does the universe support? Let's take an example. When you're on the field, yes, you're working hard, you're playing, but not everything is about me. Not everything is about how I play. The bowler, in the way he bowls, what is his frequency? The humidity in the air, the pitch, right? The crowd, the environment, what's my state of mind? Everything is playing a role. Can I really control all of this 100%? No, I cannot. But there is somebody who can control all of this. Who's that? I like to call it universe. Some of you call him Bhagwan. Some of you call him Devi Ma. Some of you call Allah. Doesn't really matter. There is an energy around us that is constantly having the ability to take control of all these things, to give us what we want. But how will that energy listen to us? How will that energy understand what we want? That's where visualization comes in. You close your eyes and you visualize that you already have the task or you already have the goal before you take action in that goal. Now, I've made a detailed video on this, on how to use visualization. You'll find the video somewhere up here, like an I sign, or we'll put the link in the description below for you. Okay. But Virat Kohli believes in visualization. He believes in creating the reality of his success inside him so that he can attract the success outside him. Ask yourself, do you do that as a ritual? Any task that you do during the day, do you visualize before you're doing it? If you're going to the office, do you visualize that you reach safely? If you are starting a new interview, do you, right outside the door of the interviewer, before you enter the interview room, do you visualize, I've come out of the interview room, I'm happy, I've got the job, the resume, the appointment letter is in my hands right now. Do you visualize that? Or do you walk in with the vision that says, Pata nahi kya hoga? What will the interviewer ask me? Will I be able to do it? See, most people go in with this kind of a visual. But what if you could go inside that interview room with the visualization? I've already come out of the interview room and the appointment letter is in my hands. If you're proposing a person, just before proposing a person, most people have this vision. Manegi ki nahi manegi? Haan bolega ki nahi bolega? But instead of that, if you could have this visual that you have a wonderful partner with you and you're having a wonderful coffee in your favorite coffee shop with your partner. Now propose, because now the vision is, I already have an amazing partner and maybe that partner is this partner. So I'm now going and taking action. But before you take action, do you visualize is what I'm asking you. Now, if you don't, take your right hand like this. Come on, quickly. Karo, karo. Take your right hand and give yourself a tapu. Whenever you forget to visualize, give yourself a tapu and remind yourself, bhaiya pehle manifest karo, fir act karo. Write this down. First manifest, then act. Because if you manifest first, just like Virat Kohli, you're creating the result inside you so that the result can be materialized outside you. Make sense? So will you also visualize from today? Will you make sure that all the big goals that you have, when you're taking action towards that, first you will visualize, then you will take action. Yes? Awesome. Now let's move towards the third and the most powerful belief of Virat Kohli. This is the belief that I believe, again, connects to his fourth emotional pattern of humility. His third belief is surrender. Now, surrender means what? Surrender means I will do what I can do, rest I leave it to the universe. You see, in advanced law of attraction, we teach people a formula, and the formula is, the number one law of attraction formula is, don't ask how, don't ask when, just use it. That's right. You stop asking how, you stop asking when will it happen, kab hoga, kaise hoga. Keep using law of attraction. Keep using visualization, keep using affirmation, keep feeling good, keep working hard. Bhagavad Gita mein bhi to likha hai na? Karam karta ja, phal ki chinta mat kar. It doesn't say phal ki ichha mat kar. It says phal ki chinta mat kar. Which means what? Don't worry about the goal so much. Focus on working hard towards the goal because that's your action frequency. That's your belief. In fact, in one of the videos, Virat Kohli personally says, if you believe in yourself, things will happen. He specifically said in one of the videos, he said, many people want success. Even I want success. Everybody wants success. But it's all about believing in yourself. But how do you believe in yourself? One is working hard, but also knowing that the universe is supporting you. Don't believe that you're alone. Believe that there is a universe around you that is always supporting you and surrender to that universe. I'll give you an amazing affirmation that will help you to surrender. Because a lot of people tell me, Mitesh, I know I need to surrender, but I don't know how to surrender. I'm so attached. I'm so obsessed when I want something that I keep overthinking. Do you also have that problem? Here is an amazing affirmation that you can use. What I can do, I do. What I cannot do, my partner will do. Say it again loudly. What I can do, I will do. What I cannot do, my partner will do. And who's your partner? Universe. And if your partner is the universe, surrender. See, there is a part of you that is supposed to do what you are supposed to do. There is a part of me which is supposed to do which I'm supposed to do. Example. I can make this video, correct? I can work hard. But now, how many million people this can reach? I can visualize, okay, this has already reached 10 million people. It has already helped 10 million people. But now, whether it really works or not, a little part of that is not controlled by us. In fact, majority part of that is not controlled by us. Controlled by whom? Universe. Surrender to that universe and always say this again and again. Whatever I can do, I do, I will do. What I cannot do, my partner will do. Right? Then you always know that parts of your life which you're not able to control, you don't have to worry about that. Because who will take care of that? Your partner will take care of that. Correct? So that is the third belief of Virat Kohli. Ask yourself, do you have this belief right now? Of always surrendering on the parts of life which you cannot take control of? Do you always believe in surrendering and telling the universe, भाई अगर ये मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है तो मतलब काम आपका ही होगा, आप देख लो. If you are not having that belief pattern, पहली बात तो टप्पू. Okay. Second, start this affirmation from today. What I can do, I will do. What I cannot do, my partner will do. It will help you surrender in your life while you're working hard. Okay. Now let's move towards the last part of this video, which is Virat Kohli's action frequency. See, a lot of people, their emotional frequencies, right? Their belief frequencies, right? But they're not able to take action. And in the law of attraction formula, if you observe what I told you in the beginning, feel, think, believe, and act as if I already have it. Now, if you're not taking action, and if your actions are not aligned to your feelings and beliefs, how will you achieve your goals? In Advanced LOA, in lesson number 2, we teach there's a lesson called FTBA alignment, which means you need to align your emotions with your thoughts with your beliefs with your actions. Tab jaake, when your FTBA is aligned with your goals, attraction happens automatically. I believe all the emotional frequencies that I've told you about Virat Kohli so far are complementing his beliefs. Go back and watch the video and check your notes. All his emotions are supporting his beliefs are supporting his actions. There's no conflict over there. Just like that, his feelings and beliefs are also supporting his actions, and his actions are supporting his beliefs and emotional pattern. See, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It works with each other. Let's understand what is his frequency of action. Ready to make some more notes? Let's go now. I'll tell you one master frequency of action of Virat Kohli. Just one, but it'll blow your mind. Yes, he works hard. But when he's working hard, one of the things that I've observed about him is he works hard and he takes action without thinking too much. Something that again complements with his beliefs that I told you earlier. He surrenders, remember? He believes action लेते वक्त ना ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ. काम करते समय दिमाग मत लगाओ, फिर पूरी शिद्दत से मेहनत करो. And that is his action frequency that keeps him focused. You'll observe a lot of people in the office, they are working and they're constantly thinking, काम करेगा कि नहीं? Will the boss appreciate what I'm doing? Will I get a promotion? Will I be happy? Will I get the money that I want? Why is that person getting so much success? Why is he not supporting me? While working, people are having all these thoughts. In Virat Kohli's life, he's taking action without thinking. You'll observe sports people somehow have developed this because of their profession. When they're playing, whether it's cricket, whether it's tennis, whether it's table tennis, whether it's golf, whether it's javelin throwing, anything, right? You'll observe when they are playing in that moment, they are completely focused on the action. They are so lost in the action that they don't care about the results in that moment. They are so engrossed. They are so, what can I say? Immersed is the right word. They're so immersed in the action in that moment that in that moment they're just loving what they're doing. I remember in one of the videos, Virat Kohli said, for me, cricket is not an opportunity. It's something I love to do. I play it because I love it. So he's not just looking at it as a way of success. He plays it because it's an opportunity to do what he loves to do. The more I've worked with successful people in the world, I've observed they love doing what they do. I'm recently coaching a national cricket player right now. Can't tell you his name right now. But he's someone who constantly tells me, I love this game. He recently lost a match. And in spite of that, when I asked him, how are you feeling? He said, I'm feeling great. I played an amazing game. I love this game. And the more he focuses on that part, he is not stopped in taking action next time in spite of failure. A lot of people ask me, Videsh, why am I not able to take action when I fail? Why do I feel down when I fail? Here is why. When we take action without loving something, without thinking too much, here is what happens. We might be taking action in an area only for the money. We might be taking action in an area for success. Example, you're watching a YouTube video of a particular person who's, let's say, made billions selling t-shirts, right? You're just watching some random case study and your mind says, मैं भी t-shirt बेच के बहुत सारे पैसे कमा सकता हूँ. So now you start taking action to sell t-shirts. But here is what happens. If you've not taken that action with the love of that action, which is what I believe people like Virat Kohli have, they have this love for the action And that is why they don't think when they act. Now, when you don't have that, here is what happens. Whenever you start taking action in any area of life, koi bhi area ho, it can be video editing, it can be coaching like me, it can be cricket like Virat Kohli, it can be acting like Shah Rukh Khan, it can be singing like Diljit Dosanjh. In any career of life, you will have ups and you will have downs. You will have ups and you will have downs. Now, when you love what you do, obviously you love it when things are up. But when you love what you do, even when things are down, you still love what you do. And that love for your action will help you to consistently take action and go towards the uphill again. But if you don't love what you do, here's what happens. When you have that downwards life, which happens to everybody, when you come here, your heart will say, yaar, itna karke koi fayda hi nahi hai. What is the point of doing all this hard work? I don't want to do this. And you will give up. I will give up. Why do we give up? Because we are doing the action of something which we are not in love with. We are more in love with the result than the action. Here's another example. Let's say in a relationship, I got married to a person and I'm not really in love with the person. I'm more in love with the idea of marriage. Ki shaadi aisi honi chahiye, shaadi waisi honi chahiye. Now, in any marriage, there are going to be ups and there's going to be downs. Just like business, just like career, correct? So when we have downs in our relationship career or relationship phase, in that moment, if you still love the person for who the person is, will you give up? No, you won't. Because even to go through all that struggle, you'll say, "No, I'm not going to leave this person. We'll figure it out. We'll find out how to deal with things, but I'm not going to leave this person because I love this person." Because of that, you're able to go through that struggle and you're able to sustain. You have that energy to sustain yourself, keep taking action in the relationship, and a time will come, things will go up. That's the cycle of life. Things go up, things go down. But if you love doing what you do and you take action because you love doing what you do and you take action without thinking too much, then you will succeed again and again and again. I'm not saying you'll not fail. In fact, you'll fail again and again and again, but you will also succeed again and again and again. That's what happens with people like Virat Kohli. They go up and down, but they keep coming up. They keep coming up because they are loving what they are doing. Right? If you think about Sachin Tendulkar, a lot of people love him, but a lot of people also don't like him. You know why? While he's had the maximum runs, he's also had the maximum failures. Go and check his score. So many times when India needed him, he got out. So many times when he was going to get a century, he got out at 90. So many times when he was going to get a half a century, he got out at 47. But did it put him down? Compliments made him feel good. It makes Virat Kohli feel good. It makes people like Sachin Tendulkar also feel good. It makes everybody feel good. But when things go down, it doesn't put them down completely because they still love doing what they do. So they come on the field next morning and they practice. And they practice and they practice. Not just because they want to succeed tomorrow. Not just because they failed yesterday. But because they love playing. Ask yourself, do you love doing what you do? Are you doing a job that you truly love to do? Are you with the person whom you truly love? Are you somewhere feeling your energy is being drained doing what you're doing? Then maybe it's time to realize who you truly are and what you truly love to do. In our Advanced Law of Attraction workshop, we actually have a lesson called as recognizing your inner values and what you truly, truly love to do. When people go through that exercise, it gives them 100% clarity on what they are, who they are, and what they want to do in their life. And when that sense of clarity happens in life, manifestation comes to you. That is why it's not called as law of pushing, it's called as law of attraction. Make sense? So you want to be successful like Virat Kohli? Watch this video again and again. Make notes. Vibrate at the similar frequency like him. You may not attract his goals in your life, but you'll definitely attract your goals in your life because you have the similar frequency of success that he does. Make sense? I'll see you soon in my first lesson free of Advanced Law of Attraction, which I've given to you already as a gift. It's there in the description below. There's a link below. Quickly click on it now, register. And hey, do you think there are some friends in your life who could learn from this video, who are fans of Virat Kohli, or who could learn from one of the frequencies that I told you about? Please write down. Share this video with minimum 3 of your friends because I'll tell you why. The more you share this, the more these learnings grow and we make this world a better place. And the more you share it, the more YouTube shares it. And that is how this video reaches more and more people. right? So please share this right now with 3 people. And if you already haven't subscribed to this channel, kya kar rahe ho? Jaldi karo. Hit the subscribe button now. After you hit the subscribe button, there's a bell icon. Quickly click on that so that next time I'm doing a law of attraction case study like this, you definitely get a notification. And hey, tell me in the comment section below, what did you learn from today's video? And tell me which law of attraction case study do you want me to bring you next time? Who do you want me to talk about next time? Tell me that. I will read it and I'll definitely bring a case study, hopefully for the topic that you have recommended. Looking forward to read your comments. See you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.